In the seventh Mishnah of the second chapter of Ethics of Our Fathers, Hillel gives his axiom about physical acquisitions, spiritual acquisitions, and the goal of these acquisitions. The essence of the first part is that an excess of material gain only causes aggravation. It then goes into details. A surfeit of physical possessions results in anxiety because a person will always be worried about losing them. If a person overindulges, he will become obese and rot in the grave. If they build an empire at work, their male employees will be ripping them off and their female employees will be sleeping around. If a man has many women, they will become witches who will cast their spells on him. Hillel is explaining that man's intentions during his stay in the physical world should be for the development of his soul. Specifically, he should be seeking knowledge of God, good character, and sound objectives. Also, when it comes to spiritual development, there is no limit. The more one has, the better they are, and one can always ascend to a higher level. This is unlike common worldly pleasures. When it comes to things like wealth, food and drink, physical lust, and status, a person needs to consider what he really does need. Once that need has been legitimately met, a surfeit above it is detrimental. The second part of the Mishnah describes things that a person should be constantly accumulating and their benefits. The first is Torah, and its reward is life. The main idea of Torah, whether it is the 5 books of Moses or religious literature in general, is to instruct us how to properly use what is in this world. When we use things properly, we get maximum use out of them. When we use things improperly, their use becomes impaired until they are unusual. It comes out that a person who learns Torah can live life to its fullest. This is the idea that the Torah is a tree of life to those who hold on to it. On the other hand, when a person misuses things, his ability to use them becomes impaired. As a result, he becomes confined and empty. This is the idea that the wicked are reckoned as dead even though they may be physically living. When a person sits and learns, they gain wisdom. That is simple. The term used in the Mishnah is yeshiva, which is the same word for school. On this, the Bartanura comments that when many students are gathered together, they come to listen to each other's explanations. It is also written in the Talmud, "Much I have learned from my rabbis, from my friends more, and from my students more than them all." Next, the Mishnah says that the more there is advice, the more there is understanding. A person gives advice to help his friend. It is only advice if his friend can refuse it, if he does not like it. Therefore, the giver must explain and defend his idea in a way his friend will understand how it really is in his benefit. The second section ends by saying that more charity results in more peace. One can understand charity as an act of kindness either to the deserving or the undeserving. As an act of peace, this action tends to keep the disaffected from rebelling, be it rightly or wrongly. Vayikra Rabbah describes these feelings as follows. Said Rabbi Yehuda, the son of Rabbi Simon, this poor person sits and castigates, saying, "What is the difference between me and so and so? He sleeps on his bed and I sleep here. He sleeps in his house and I sleep here. You stood up and gave it to him. I promise that I will credit you as if you made peace between me and my household." The idea is that those who are estranged either from their own shortcomings or because of society's shortcomings may turn to violence due to poverty. The act of charity keeps them connected and helps bring them back. Giving tzedakah to a Talmid Chacham is different. It can be viewed as a way of showing support for the knowledge he absorbs and imparts to others, as well as for his exemplary conduct. The idea is that through the accumulation of religious knowledge, a peaceful world is built. The third section of the Mishnah states that a person acquires himself through having a good reputation. The implication is that through Torah, wisdom, and charity, one will gain a good name. This is similar to the idea that the world belongs to Hashem, but when a person makes a bracha on something to eat, he acquires it for himself. So to speak, when a person wisely and benevolently lives according to the Torah, he becomes his own man in this world. Not only that, if the words of Torah consciously become his guides in this world, they will become his portion in the world to come. Thank you.